afternoon, good evening. What's up? Oh my God, it's happy Saturday, folks. Happy Saturday, guys. Let me get my people on the side. Let me get them. Happy Saturday. One second. Let me say one second. Let's fix this up. Happy Saturday. How are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's having an awesome Saturday. I know I just wanted to, uh, all of you beautiful people. I know a lot of you are on here right now, and it's September the 18th, and we cannot continue the show without a 15-second moment of silence, for Hurricane Maria and everything that happened. We lost lives, we lost friends. Some of us lost family, some of us lost our homes. So if we could just have a 15-second moment of silence starting now. All right, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. Welcome to Cacoa Tea. It's Saturday. Oh my God, I have a boss lady on with me today. Like I have. Let me bring my friends and my family and my peeps on the side with me. Hi, Jalen. Hi, Judy. Hi, Al. Oh, you have here to watch. Welcome to you. Hi, Abigail. Welcome, Abigail. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh. Send those messages through. So I can see you. Drop your flags. Let me know where you're locked in from. Drop your flags, drop your rag, drop whatever you want to drop. Just don't let me see what you're dropping, okay? Drop your flags right about now. I am so happy to. Hi, Dennis. Dennis, the show don't start without you. Hi, Annika. Locked in. We're waiting for Dennis to come because the show don't start without Dennis, okay? All right. Oh, yes. Locked in from Germany. Yes, Judy. Yeah, we believe you. And the German flag not quick in your comment section. In the comment section, you should drop the German flag one time. Hi, Will. How are you? Hi, Shara. Veka's massive in the house. Yes. Come through. Chicago in the house. Come through, guys. Show the love. Drop your flags. Let me know where you're locked in from. I'm so excited to have you here with me. Another beautiful Saturday. It is some places in Dominica, I know there's rain. Anguilla in the house. Yes, she said Anguilla, but D to the bone. D to the core. Yes. Jalen, where you be? Where you at? America with 2 Ks. With 3 Ks. Yes, good afternoon, y'all. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys had an awesome week. Hope you guys, you just ordered your, let me tell you, let me give you a hug. Let me give you a virtual hug. Yes, guys, I just ordered his Cacoa tea mug. You can order my merch. Yes, you can. Didn't tell you, didn't give you the memo. The link is above, so you can just click on the link above and you can get sweatshirts, not just Cacoa tea stuff. You can get 767 Girls Rock stuff. You can get Black Island Girls stuff. Big up my Digicel crew coming true. Where the Digicel crew? I see you. Hi, Saren. How are you guys doing? Man, there's a lot of Dominicans in the house. Big up yourselves. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for coming on. One more show before the season 4 wraps up. One more show next week, Saturday. One more show. Yeah, girl. I'm rocking my royal blues. Yes. Hi, Sadiq. How are you? Yes. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much for stopping by and sharing love. Hi, Janice. Hi, guys. Thank you. Come through. David, I see you. Of course, I see you. Thank you very much for coming through, guys. So we had, we all had a really good week, I hope. And, if you didn't have a good week, I just want to share some love and share some light with you and let you know that next week is going to be better. Hi, Annadale. Hi, guys. Thanks, Jalen. Thank you. Yeah, so where is that? You know where Vegas be? Papa Moje. Oh, Shara gonna go. You answering to Shara, where Vic has be, boy. Shara gonna give it to you today. I'm gonna close my eyes now because I'm not gonna pay attention to the chat. Nadja, people are on there. Someone's Tamika is giving you some love. Nadja is in the lobby waiting to go live. So excited to have Nadja Odi with me. I gotta say Nadja Odi. I gotta say Nadja Odi. Hey, Nadja Odi. So I'm so happy to have you guys on here with me today, and we have a lot in store for you, especially if you're in 767. If you're in 767 area codes, so much in store for you today. First of all, I want to shout out last week's winner. Congratulations to you, Bernicia Thomas, the winner of the 3-day Prime Bundle. Compliments Digicel, better together. Congratulations to you, Bernicia. And this week, more people, well, one more person can get a chance to win something good from Digicel. You know what you can get to it? All you have to do is you could tag 10 friends with the comment #Cacoa for a chance to win a mini speaker from Digicel. So start bringing in all those 10 friends. Those 10 friends, bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. Those 10 friends, #Cacoa. So #Cacoa and tag 10 friends, or tag 10 friends and end with #Cacoa, whichever way you want to do it, right? And underneath this live, the Digicel live, any of the lives, and you get a chance. We'll be monitoring the lives. You'll get a chance to win a mini speaker. Compliments Digicel, better together. Marigot in the building. Yes, I see you, Marigot. I see you. I see you. So make sure you tag 10 friends, bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. We want them to come in because, the information that you're about to find out, all the deets you're about to get about Nadja. Sometimes we see people walking on the road and we think that they're just regular schmegular. Let me tell you, she ain't regular schmegular, okay? Sometimes when you see people walking on the road and you're probably wondering to yourself, oh, she's just a regular person, an average person. And let me tell you, if you see Nadja walking on the road, you probably think she is, because she probably have her little Crocs slippers, and she probably have her, her little khaki capri pants and her little tank top, and her head probably wrapped up on something, and you're probably just checking, a regular girl from Marigot, and she probably say a flowy or something like that, and you just check in, she's a regular person. But like I promised y'all at the beginning of September or at the end of August, that we're gonna be bringing in people who are doing wonders in manufacturing, wonders in food security, wonders where that is concerned. And Nadja just happens to be one of those people that's doing wonders. So we want to tell you about Nadja and why she's doing so much wonders. And I'm so glad to have her on here with me today. I'm gonna give you the backstory of how I know her, how I met her, how we connected, and because there's always a story, there's always a team washesh, we have to give you a little story to get the thing started. Remember to tag your 10 friends, bring them in. I'm not seeing all the tagging. Shara, you tag your 10 friends yet? Jael, you tag your 10 friends yet? I talk to my top people, my topper tops. My topper tops I'm talking to right now. Because I know they want to win. That mini speaker is theirs, right? Tag your 10 friends for a chance to win, of course, a mini speaker. Make sure you #Cacoa. And if you're foreign, you can do it too. If you win, you can always just donate it to somebody. I'm sure there's somebody in Dominica that you'd love to give it to. So that's not a problem. You can do it. You can be part of it. Tag 10 friends under the live. 10 friends. I'm sure you have 10 friends, right? And #Cacoa for a chance to win a mini speaker. Okay, I see the 10 friends coming through. I see them 10 friends starting to come through. Big up yourself, 10 friends. I see you. Okay, everybody coming in, coming on down. I just want to remind you guys that we're about to get started in just a few seconds. We're gonna get this show on the road. Thank you, Jalen. Jalen said I look stunning. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Remember, this promotion is brought to you. Compliments Digicel, better together. So make sure you tag your 10 friends for a chance to win with Digicel. All right, so I am going to be connecting with Nadja in a little bit, but just before we do that, I suspect something might be going on her end. So I see she's trying to send me a message. Are you trying to send me a message, Nadja? Trying to send me a message? Let's see. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we have a great show in store for you. I'm excited to, oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy, 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 crazy. What just happened there? It's crazy. Margaret, what are you doing now? Margaret, or you just take the lights on us, Margaret? Like, or you just take the lights in Margaret and we did ending. Boy, look, Lauren just, boy, Lauren just put the business outside there. Lauren say, huh, Margot, Domlek, just take the lights in Margot. Boy, and Naja and Margot. Domlek, press you and Naja. Don't worry, we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna get through, and she is gonna be using her hotspot, but it's a little dark, guys, because she is using her hotspot. 10 friends is a lot, eh? 10 friends is a lot. 10 friends, easy does it. Easy does it. Just tag 10 friends, hashtag Cacoa, and bring them in for a chance to win a mini speaker. Okay, so because Dominic decided that they were going to just take the lights in Margot, Lauren just told us, Lauren just announced it, Naja just confirmed. Naja is going to be using her hotspot, guys. So it's going to be it might be a little dark. It might be a little dark, but we're working on something. She's trying to get her generator going. We're working on something. Yes, yes. LOL. We cooking on gas today. Yes, yes. So let me tell you, my guests are amazing. Let me, like, in quick time, in seconds. You see when Lauren post the thing there? Make sure you're tagging it right, eh? Make sure you're tagging Cacoa right. Don't spell the word wrong. Don't spell it wrong and lose the thing, right? You want to make sure you get it right. Okay, so we're gonna get Nadja on. I want to big up, thank you very much, all my lovely, lovely Cacoa followers, all my gang, I like to call y'all. Thank you very much for tagging your friends. I know Elias is somewhere out there monitoring it to make sure all you tagging it right. So whoever it is will be announcing who will win the mini speaker compliments Digicel Better Together. I am so glad to have all of you on here with me tonight. I am so grateful for you choosing me. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here on Cacoa. And some of you probably here for me, some of you probably here for Nadja. And regardless, I appreciate you and thank you very much for joining us. Those of you who it's your first time on here, let us know that it's your first time. You can drop a 1 so we know it's your first time on here. We like to give special love, especially to the new ones. And this is a space where we show love, we share love. We don't hate on people. We don't prefer people. You might have to deal with me if you do that, or somebody in the chat will deal with you. But we show love, irrespective of what your difference is, or your ideas or your opinions. We show a lot of love to our guests and on the show. All right, we're getting ready for Nadja, who's on a generator. Boy, let me tell you, she don't come to play. I met Nadja, let me tell you, but it was so accidental in a kind of a way. We were both hired on to do a project with a company in the US, here in Dominica. And big up to Quick Links Production for putting that together. Big up to Nixon and the rest of the gang. And I was told that there would be a camera person, a camera woman. But when, I didn't know who it was because everybody got pulled together and it was a short time frame to put this project together. And there was a group formed, a WhatsApp group, those WhatsApp groups. So I see the name, I see the spelling. Obviously, journalism student, aka Jael, the like to stock boss. I went in and I did a deep dive to see who's on the team, like who's the folk, who are these people who are gonna be working with me over the next couple of days on this project. And I came across Nadja's profile, and I was so impressed with the work that she's done. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about her work that she's done, because yes, she's in manufacturing, but we'll tell you why, another reason why she's in manufacturing or why she does manufacturing. But she was the camera woman on the set. Yes, Boss Lady was the camera woman on set. And I was so impressed with not just her work ethic, not just, how thorough she was, but seeing another woman, doing it. And I started, we started talking, and she started telling me a little bit about her background, and all of the different things. And this is me, like, goals, hashtag, hashtag goals, like the projects that she's worked on. Like, we have some really amazing people in Dominica, and we have no clue. Like, we have some serious amazing people in Dominica, and I was so impressed with her. And getting to know her a bit more, speaking to her, I found out girlfriend also has like a whole business other than that. But before I get into the business, I ran into my friend Sabrina. Big up to you, Sabrina. That is Sabrina Bully. So Sabrina says to me, JL, I normally get this box from Marigot. It's these girls who put together a box of food, a subscription box of food. You pay a certain amount and you just get a box of food. And I was like, oh, what? She's like, yes, Jill, you should call them, look their number. You should call them if you want a box of food. Every 2 weeks, they drop a box of food for you with provisions and all different things. Turns out, Nadja too. Nadja in that too. And it was just so coincidental that someone told me about her, and I was meeting her on a completely different note, and it was just so amazing. And we're gonna talk, so we're gonna hear a lot about her. Remember, guys, if she ever gets cut off, I will try and fill in the blanks, because she's operating on a generator as well as on a hotspot, because don't take the lights in Margaret. Hopefully they bring it back before we go on, because she's going to be on a hotspot for majority of the show. But we're gonna cool it through, and we're going to be talking to Nadja. So without no further ado, let's make some noise. Let's show some love to Nadja. Nadja coming, she coming. Okay, are you guys? All right, let's just make sure everybody's hearing you. Everybody hearing Nadja? Say something, Nadja.
Hi guys.
Your audio is very low. Your audio is very, very low, Nadja. Very low. Try and put it up a little. All right. I think they can hear you now. You guys hearing her? You guys hearing her? Let us know. Let us know if you're hearing her. Put up. Yes. Sadiq says yes. And Sadiq all the way in the US. So if you're hearing you, good. Yes.
One of my biggest supporters. So
yes.
Nice to see you on the live.
Welcome to Cacoa Tea.
Thank you for having me. I'm
really
excited to be here.
Before we get started, I just want to show you something, because I was drinking something on a Cacoa Tea on my Cacoa Tea show. So Nadja got me this. Listen, guys, look at the packaging. Like, look at the packaging in that. She don't come to play. Okay, so proper labeling. Look at that. Proper labeling. What was that? Are you saying that? 19 servings, even telling so if you put in something wrong, right? Look at the back. Oh my God. On here it says 4 teaspoons in a cup of water. So I got my cup. I will share my cup, and my water hot. And when it's here, my bag, the bag is so like it's bougie, like one of those like. All right, let's see. It says, "Say Ade," that's my gut slang. Wash it, see the little Creole. Tear here. So I'm gonna tear. Should I get that right? All right, let's check it. Start from this end. Okay, here we go. And I'm a smell person. Oh my God, this smells so good. Okay, so I'm using a tablespoon because I greedy. You said teaspoon, but I'll use a tablespoon. Let me see how we're doing this. So I should use like 2, right, Nadja? Like 2 of the tablespoon, or 1.5?
I'd start with 1.5, see how you like it, and then adjust.
All right, say look bags. Let me tell you, I'm stirring. Want to taste? It's tasting real good. Oh, it's so much the ginger. So this is instant ginger, turmeric, and bush tea. Let me tell you, COVID had nothing on me. Let me tell you. All right, so I'm going to put this because it says steep for 2 to 3 minutes. So let Nadja introduce herself. We're gonna talk a little bit, and then I'm gonna drink my tea. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous because guess what? A lucky you can win a bag too. All you have to do is follow those instructions on the screen, and you can get a chance to win. Rhyming. Nadja, tell us, who is Nadja?
Who is Nadja? So, as you said before, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a camera woman. That's how we met. But I like to call myself like a creator. I wear many hats. So I'm a filmmaker and a journalist. I love telling stories. I went to school for that. I worked for a while. Well, I still work in media. But I'm also a farmer and an agro processor. And basically, I just, you know, use my creativity in different arenas. So basically, that's what I do.
Wow. Nadja is, let's film. I'm trying to get the connect. Where does film, is it the F, film and farmer? Is that where they Naja, I kind of want to get a sense of how you got into film and how you got into farming. But before we get into that, I think I want to start from where you began, where it all began. First of all, tell us a little bit about where you grew up and your life as a child.
Where I grew up in Margaret. I see a lot of us on the live. Big up Margaret. So I grew up in the countryside. I went to primary school, to both primary schools actually in the village, both the Will Strathmore Stevens for a while and the Margaret Junior School when it existed. And then I went to high school. I went to convent. I see somebody on the live saying class of 2003. Yeah, I went to convent. And then I went overseas to pursue my studies. Growing up in Margaret is where the farming kind of began. I think if you're from Margaret, almost everybody farms. Like, even if you don't do it as a living, your family has a garden, you go on the weekend. So farming has always been something that I've known. And then I went away to pursue my professional life. Yeah, and
So as a child, did
mhm.
you I mean you mentioned farming. Were you always on the farm? Was that something that you did? Because I know like my father was a fisherman at some point, but I never gone fish. Like I was never interested in fishing. It as a matter of fact, I hated cleaning fish. So was how did that whole farming thing come about? Because you said yes, everybody from Margaret farms, but was that something that you did as well?
I wouldn't say like consistently, but we went to the beach quite often. So it wasn't like, for me, it wasn't like every Saturday or every day, but like I come from a family that we eat what we grow. So there were often trips to the bush, and sometimes I tag along. So it was more like, nobody wants to leave me home on a Saturday, or as a child, you're bored, you want to go to the river, that kind of thing. So, back then it was fun, to something to leave the house. I've always liked nature. I've always liked being outside. So when I got a chance to go, I would go. But it wasn't something that I did like every day.
Mm.
But I was
Okay.
well acquainted with it.
So as a child, going on the farm was a fun thing, like a pastime. Like you go and explore. So what did you always want it to be as a little girl?
What did I want to be? To tell you the truth, it depended on the day. Like, I'm one of those people that my career choices has changed as I've grown up. Like, I remember like watching gymnastics when I was younger, and tennis, and being like, "Ooh, I want to be a tennis player, or I want to be a gymnast." Of course, we didn't have the facilities for that. But I think my real love has always been telling stories. I wanted to be a writer. I was always afraid to pursue that because like everybody would be like, "How are you gonna support yourself?" Um, so I kind of so that's how I got into journalism. Instead of just doing the hardcore, like I'm going to be a writer, I was always afraid to be broke. So I didn't want to do the broke creative. So I decided to find ways to tell stories and make a living.
Imagine this is so good. Like, I want to show you all the color. Like, look at the color, how rich that is. Like, this is so good. This is so good. Y'all jealous? That's y'all business. You can get a chance to win one of them. So Naja, you decided that you were going to leave Dominica and go over to the US to start.
Mhm.
What was the process like getting ready to leave Dominica and go overseas?
Um, to tell the truth, I was kind of torn. Um, I love Dominica. I've always liked the quiet life. I like, as I said, I like nature. I like being in the bush. Um, but I understood that in order for me to develop, in order for me to kind of, gain some life experience, I had to leave. So, and then all my friends were doing it. Everybody was excited about applying to college. I have to say I wasn't that excited. But at back in the days, like everybody doing it, so you like can't be the odd one out. And I just figured it would give me a chance to figure out what I wanted to do in life. So yeah, I applied. I found somewhere that was a university that was like close to family, but not too close to family, so that they, that kind of that kind of thing. So I could be independent enough. And yeah, and that's where it started.
People are, let me tell you, people are having their own conversation. They're jealous about my tea. They want to know, does it have sugar? Where to order it? All kinds of stuff. Okay, first of all, this one has has sugar in there. It's already in it. I don't find it very sweet, and I'm somebody like I'm very iffy about amount of sugar in my stuff. So I like the fact that it's not very sweet. So if you like a lot of sugar, you can add more. Me, I'm very sensitive to too much sugar. I'm a salty kind of girl, not a sweet. So this is a perfect consistency. I love the fact my nose actually starting to run from the ginger. So there's enough ginger in there that will get you like, oh, like I guess it's a awakening. I love, the fact that there's a turmeric, there's the ginger, there's bush in there. So this tastes really good. Now, I'll tell us a little bit about the product a little bit later now, but I just want to get it out there so that y'all can listen to her and stop asking, just add sugar, just this, just that. So you can just pay attention to her for a second. All right. So she leaves you leave Dominica, you go overseas to study journalism. How was that experience like? Because I'm also, freshly out of journalism school, and I mean, I had kind of best of both worlds in the sense that I lived in Canada for a bit before actually going back to school and all of that. What was the experience like, learning? Because I know with journalism, you have to be very much involved in the culture or know a little bit about where you're actually going to school. What was that process like?
So I have to say I got my journalism degree as a master's, right? So my education life is a bit of a mess too. I started off in civil, ended up as like pre-physical therapy, again searching, and I got a job in this rehab center. It's called McGee Rehab, and it was for spinal cord injuries, right? And what I found interesting is that there were all these patients from different walks of life. So some people were Wall Street bankers, other people were people on the street who got shot in the spine, and all of them had to we had to do group therapy. That's when I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist. But then I quickly found out I don't like touching people, so I had to change my course. But what that experience gave me was I was just fascinated by their stories, how they got there. And it was like at that moment I realized that I cannot run from the writing, I cannot run from my creative life, that was what I was meant to do. So I finished up my degree and I applied to journalism school in New York. So I lived a bit in the States, in Philly, for a while. So I got a sense of like, I kind of transitioned. I got a sense of what life was like in the States, what it was like for Black Americans, for white Americans. I heard stories. I mean, I still can't, you know, I can't say I know everybody's experience, but I heard quite a bit of stories. And then, so that prepared me for my journalism life. I still think I was pretty naive when I started journalism. I come from,
Why
we
you
come
say
from,
that? Why you say that?
I think we come from a very sheltered background. We think life in Dominica can be hard. It's until you start hearing stories of people away, of like systems you don't know. Like I was very naive to racism, for instance, you know, like
Most
I, yeah, like I always thought if I, you know, if I didn't get something or somebody had an attitude with me, it was just a personal, like they didn't like me until I started to realize the patterns. Like, oh, you know, like when I started to realize, like, oh, this is racism. You know what I mean? Like this is institutional racism. It's like, you know, like or people being shocked. Like I would apply for a job and then people would be like blown away, and I would be like, you know, I know a lot of people with these credentials. It's not that fascinating, you know. But then when you realize, like sometimes you'd be the only black person in a white space, you know, those kind like navigating those kind of things. I had to learn. I really had to learn quickly to listen to, you know, even if I was black, being in America, it's totally different being black in America. So
especially
yeah,
when you're from the Caribbean. You know, I know how that goes, especially when you're from the Caribbean. It's like we think that everybody that shows some level of ill towards us, especially if they're white, that oh they're just having a bad day, oh they're just ignorant, oh they just we never see it as racism. And I mean I've had an entire conversation with lots of people about that, you know, and it's so real. And being in journalism, you get exposed to that so much because you have to go out and talk to people.
you start to peel the layers. Yeah, you start to do research, and then I think I was always somebody who read a lot, but like journalism really pushed me to like, you know, reading the archives, find out about certain things that happened. You know, like I think I grew up when I started doing journalism, and through journalism I found documentary filmmaking. Right, I started to be so fascinated by people's stories that it felt kind of wrong to do like a day piece, like a 500-word piece about somebody. Again, it's like my obsession with people's stories, and that's kind of how I like became laser focused on being a documentary filmmaker, just telling, being that voice
How did
for.
you hone in on being a camera? Like, how did the camera girl thing come about? Because I know, like, even doing my journalism program, I stay far from the camera. Like, I'll do the podcasting, but I just stay far from the camera. How did that come about?
It was actually a class requirement. So, as I told you guys, I wanted to write. I didn't want anything to do with the technical side of things. But my program, there were like certain classes you had to take, and I had to take a certain amount of technical classes to graduate, and I was really sulky about it. Like, you know, I went in there and I was like, okay, I'm just fulfilling a requirement. And then, like, as the weeks went by, I was like, I kind of like this. I'm kind of good at this. And then, like, one or two of my teachers were like, you know, pull me aside and like was like, "Are you sure you don't want to do this?" And then they started hiring me, like, to do. I remember I have one teacher who trusted me to film her mom's funeral, and I was like, "Whoa, you know, you sure you want to do that? This is like a one-time only thing." And then they started referring me to like people in the industry, and I started getting internships, and one internship would lead to another, one job opportunity would lead to another, and then I just got completely lost in it. I just like,
Wow. So I want to know about all of this because you've worked for some really awesome organizations out there. I mean, not that you had awesome experiences at all of them, but they're well-known organizations. Like you did actually, you co-produced a documentary for PBS. You know, you've done work with Vice. You've done work with MTV. You've done work with BBC. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm so interested in knowing.
well, yeah, with the BBC it was interesting. I was not behind the camera. I was in front. I was a BBC reporter. So if you dig in the archives, a few Dominicans caught me on TV. They're like, we know that accent. I got a few emails like, "Are you from Dominica?" So that was always fun. Like, you know, I'm pretty shy. I don't like being in front of the camera, but it always made it feel worthwhile when I got that little note from like somebody random. It's like, I'm from Dominica or my mom is from Dominica. I know that accent. So I work at BBC, and what BBC allowed me to do was learn to write scripts. Um, I learned script writing in school, but because I was starting to like be laser focused on the camera work and all the technical, I didn't, I wasn't flexing that muscle as much. So when I got my job at the BBC, they're just really good. They've been doing it for years. I was like the rookie on the bench, but they were so kind. And I would turn in my scripts, and they'd be like, you can do this better. This is how I would do that, and I just learned. And then for MTV and Vice, it was more of the MTV. I worked on that show, 16 and Pregnant. It was like my first like reality TV gig where you capture what you capture. So like there's this pressure on you all the time to be like to not mess up. I was like a third camera, so not like the main camera, but still, you still have a lot of responsibility, to make sure the main DPs have everything they need, and that you're also capturing the stuff that they can't focus on. So I think that was just like rigorous training. Really worked my nerve, because it's like every day I would get up and I'd be like, I don't know if I can do this, but I honed my skill doing documentary and reality TV. Advice, I think I learned more lighting. I worked more on their in-house shows.
Okay.
So it was my first experience where we'd come in and we'd have one interview for the day, but we'd come in like really early and we'd light. And so I started to learn like the different positions on set, because I didn't go to film school. At the core of it, I was still a journalist with just like a strong technical background. So each place I think gave me something different. And then I worked at small documentary companies, Yoruba Richens documentary company, Dawn Porter, and I got to work with a lot of industry like editors and DPs and directors. So I think all of that knowledge just kind of like really helped me to be a good
Let me. If you see Nadja in action, she is absolutely amazing. Like I watch her set up, for her interviews, and she girl knows her shit. Like I felt like a dummy watching her, because she knew every single thing, how to set up the areas. I don't want to get technical with y'all, but because some of you might not understand, but she just knew exactly how to set up. We did some shoot. Most of the shooting we did was still like it was a still environment, and then we did some, I think, B-roll outside, and Nadja is just amazing. We got some questions, because I don't want to lose those questions, especially along those lines, as we move it into more about what you do. My sister Aurelie wants to know, because she loves the reality TV. How real is reality TV? Ask the tea.
I actually think reality TV is a little realer than you think. Well, at least the shows I worked on, right? So it really is just about, I think, asking the right questions, putting people, in close proximity to have conversations. But it's not, what was surprising about reality TV is that it's not as staged as I thought it was. Of course, you go back and you get some shots because you just need that shot to work. But I think they pick their characters really well. They pick characters that they know will. I think that's where the staging maybe comes from. You pick people who will perform on camera. So my reality TV days was like a lot. I was learning a lot. So it was different. But what I took away from it is that it's a lot realer than I thought it was, at least the shows that I worked on.
Wow.
I can't support everything.
I hope that answers your question already. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to jump in at any time. And don't forget to tag 10 friends for a chance to win. 10 friends, hashtag Cacoa for a chance to win a mini speaker from Digicel, Better Together, and a lucky one of you. We're giving you 24 hours, right, Naja? 24 hours for a chance to win one of these. Yes, 1970, right? You're gonna get one of these if you follow at Jael Joseph and at Drawties on Instagram. So you can always do that after the show. You have time. You're gonna post a picture of you drinking a cup of tea, a cup, like my son says, a cup of tea or your mug. And you number three, you add the captions below, which is Cacoa, hashtag Cacoa tea, hashtag the Drawties at Jael Joseph. Just remember to put in the at wherever you are. All right. So you get a chance to win one of those lovely. I mean, it's a huge bag. Yeah, it's 12 ounces. Like it's solid. Like it looking like as if it's just a big package, but it's solid full. It almost feels like sand. You know, like it's just so compact, right? In there, and all the instructions are there for you. For you. We'll talk a little bit more about those in a little bit, but promise you that most likes will win a pack of jerky, and the winner will be announced tomorrow at 6 p.m. You can look out for the announcement on both jerkies as well as on my Instagram. We'll make the announcement at 6 p.m. tomorrow. All right, we're moving along. We're moving along. Let me see if anybody else has any questions before we. But I have to get a refill. My ginger finishing. Some baby making noise. You were making noise for refill. But not easy, you know. Okay, so you did film, you did all of that, you worked on all of these different amazing sets as a camera person in front of the scene. Then you decide, at what point did you decide that you were moving back to Dominica? When did that happen? How did that happen?
It was actually on one of my shoots. I took a gig. I think I was growing tired of the fast life. I love New York, but I think I need a break. As I said, like I like nature. I like a slower pace, a more intimate community, that kind of thing. So I was working a lot, but missing home. And I think you know how you have that straw that broke the camel's back. We had this shoot, and it was like several states in a few days, and the assistant camera person had dropped out at the last minute. And this was a reality TV gig. And in my ignorance, I was like, oh, yeah, somebody called me, like, can you do this gig? I was like, yeah, I can do it, pick up a few extra bucks. And it was grueling. I remember sitting in my hotel room with my ankles swollen. I'm a bit dramatic sometimes. I remember calling my aunt because I was like, I cannot walk. Because my ankles were so swollen. And I think I was tired of that fast life. I wasn't eating properly. It felt like I had just gone to sleep and I was on set the next day. And I wanted to make films, but it was like not in that way. I also had a lot of films that I wanted to make or wanted to at least try to set up that I didn't have time to do. I felt like I was just working to pay my bills, to make money. And I was like, what's the end goal for this? What do you really want? How do you make what you want a reality? And like as a child, even if I changed careers, I always had this goal of like, I want to live in.
Okay, guys, I'm not sure if you're hearing Naja. We may have lost her. I know I told you guys that at the beginning that there was a little bit of technical issues going on down in Marigot because their power is out. I don't know if Lauren has an update. Lauren can give us an update so Lauren knows all the business, out there in Marigot. So if you guys are on, let me know, Lorraine, that you can see us, and hopefully the service gets back up soon. I just want to bring in the chat here. So those of you who are on with us, chatting with us, say something so I can make sure that we're still on. Say something so we're making sure that we're still on and trying to get Naja back on here with us on Cacoa. I did say at the start of the program that there may be breaks in between because she is using her hotspot, and at any given time it can go down. So just bear with us. She's using a hotspot and she's on a generator, so we still hoping that things can work out and we can continue this interview as safely. Because I think she has such an amazing story, and we want to be able to share this with you today. So just gonna wait a few minutes just to make sure that all is well and she can come in. Don't forget, we have a few promotions going on. You can follow Jael Joseph at Jael Joseph at Jorties on Instagram. You post a picture of you drinking your tea in a mug or in a cup. And number three, you just make sure you add the captions hashtag Jorties, hashtag Cacoa for a chance to win. So a lucky person will win a free bag of one of the teas, so you get to taste that. Thank you very much, guys, for sticking around. We're going to be touching in with Nadja. So the person with the most likes, don't forget, the person with the most likes will get a chance to win that free bag. We also have another promotion going on by one of our sponsors, Digicel, Better Together. Big up my Digicel family, wherever you are locked in. You can win a mini speaker. All you have to do is tag 10 friends with the comment hashtag Kakoti for a chance to win today. No, it's not. It's better late than never, Amanda. We're having some technical issues. There is a power situation out in Marigat, and as a result of that, Naja, our guest, has been like literally the power went out right at 2 minutes or 3 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's like they were waiting for her to go live. So just gonna try and connect with her and see what's going on. Make sure that we can speak to her and continue the interview. All right. So just touching base with Naja, and we'll let you know if we are going to be able to proceed as started. Very interesting story. Love her story. Love to hear all the wonderful things that she's done. I mean, I sat there, during our shoots, even after the shoots when we would wait, to download the files and stuff, just listening to her stories of working on sets, and even that story about her leg getting swollen, it it's just amazing, to see that we have such talent and they're using those talents here in Dominica. It's unfortunate. Like very rarely, we get most of the gigs we get, to be honest, they come from overseas clients. And let me tell you, they don't know half of what they're missing out on because she's an amazing camera woman, I tell you. Like she knows her stuff. And her camera is Netflix ready. So she don't come to play, right? She has like an $8,000 camera. Like don't come to play, and really doing her thing out there. So we're trying to see if we are going to be able to continue. I suspect she was probably trying to organize and we got cut off, but we're going to hope that she can pop back in and we can continue the interview. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to you, Dennis and Amanda and David and Beverly, all of you coming in. Thank you very much for joining. Yes, thank you, Jalen, and the rest of the gang. Black women uplifting each other. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what it's supposed to be about. So let's just give us a moment and hopefully we can connect back. I know she'll be trying to connect back on, so I'm not panicking as yet. And I know she's using a generator. I know she's also using her hotspot. So let's hope that. Okay, so she just asked me, she just actually messaged. So let's see. Wow. So guys, there's no service apparently now in Marigat. There's no service in Marigat. So I am not sure how we're going to proceed in terms of her service. Her service is down. So we're going to, thank you very much, Charles. Thank you very much. Thanks. So we're going to hopefully try and see if she can connect back on. And I think she's back on now. Let's see.
I have no idea what's up with tonight.
Girl, that happens. Let me tell you, in this day and age where you see where everything's virtual, I don't even panic. You know, most times you be like, oh my God. No, 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 I don't even panic. I don't even panic. I'm like, if you can get on, you can get back on. If you can't, we'll go on another time. Like, because I really want to share your story. It was not going to phase me one bit. And I know my fans, my dashing leaves on the live, they know, we got you. So don't worry, we got you. So we're gonna continue where we left off when we got disconnected rudely by the service interruptions and all of that that's going on. We were discussing, your role and your decision to actually move back to Dominica. And you said you left off telling us how your feet were swollen and how you really wanted to change how you were doing this in terms of how you were now wanting to focus more on your work instead of working for other people.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to sum it up. I think I wanted a different pace. I wanted to prioritize my health. Like I wanted to prioritize my stories. Like I think I had learned. I felt at that time I had learned to tell stories. So I wanted to see what that would look like, telling stories of like my people. So yeah, I decided to like take a leap of faith and move on. And here I am.
So you came back home, and let me tell you, the film industry is not exactly popping in Dominica in the sense of there's like a very tight creative niche here. Like everybody knows each other. Everybody has to work with each other. Like don't try and make enemies with each other. It don't make no sense because we'll get gigs and everybody will share the jobs. Everybody will share. And I remember I always used to look at, Nixon and Sheldon, just being an outsider. I call myself an insider like I am, but anyways, being on the outside and always seeing them working together, but also seeing them pursuing their own projects and always saying, I wonder if there's like no conflict, or I wonder if they're not like, like how do they do that? But that is what the market is here, like in Dominica. People work really well together in that industry. You have to everybody pulls on each other's strengths and leans on each other when you have certain weaknesses and make it work. At the end of the day, is the final product that works. Now you're coming into a market that is very small, almost small to the point of non-existence. When I say non-existent, a lot of the gigs come from outside of Dominica, right? What was that? How did you feel coming in and learning that, hey, I might have to create my own little thing down here? How did that go for you?
Well, for me, I had a plan that fell through. I actually moved home with the intention to work on this show that was supposed to start filming in the region in Grenada. It was some like travel show that was going to be on a ship. So I was like, okay, if I get this gig, I'll be fine for a year. I'll have money for a year, and I will take that year to figure out my next gig. And I also had like my hand in different film pots, right? Little short term gigs. And then that gig fell through. So it was a little scary. But then I met Unite. I met Sheldon and Nixon and Norris. Well, Nixon is quickly pro. He has his own company. But I met those guys and they quickly adopted me, I would say. They were like, yeah, we have gigs. We could use your expertise. Let's work together. And then also, I always came back thinking that I have to have a fallback. What is that fallback? That fallback needs to be creative, and also something that's easy for me, that comes easily to me, and something I like, right? I always wanted, as I said, like I love the farm. I always knew I like to cook too, so I knew it would be somewhere around there. And to tell you the truth, I had been messing with the ginger tea thing before. My mom was sick, and she was undergoing chemotherapy, and she drank a lot of ginger. And my mom was always somebody who was really particular about the foods that she ate. And I think a friend of her brought her these instant ginger tea packets. It's stuff I had seen before. I would use a couple times, and I remember her preferring to boil ginger because she's like, I don't know where it came from. You know how some Dominicans are. Like they want to know where their food comes from. And I was like, wow, if I could make, some days, some chemo days, it would be hectic in the morning. and she wants the ginger tea, but I kind of go and boil it and grate it for her, that kind of thing. I didn't get up early enough, came home from work pretty late, and I was like, I I wish I could do this with my own ginger, our local ginger. Like that's where the first idea for me to do that came from. So I had been messing with it for since then. And when I came home, I was like, okay, I'm going to launch this. I'm going to make this a product that's available. And it just everything fell into place. I farm the ginger on the farm, though we still buy from other farmers, but the majority of the ginger we produce it. Um, the majority of the herbs I'm actively planting them, sourcing more now as we just started, and I'm trying to get the farm going. So it was like it's still a creative avenue. I have all these like different flavors that I try. That I mean we have two flavors out, but really and truly, I have a whole set of flavors that I'm still testing. Like my grandmother is like really patient with me. So
Show,
I,
show us, I know you have some of the bags. Show us some of the bags. So some people might be wondering and asking, and we have some questions, so we're gonna get to the questions too. But
so
so,
here's the original ginger. This is just plain ginger. There's no bush. There's nothing else in it. If you're like, there are some people who just like the straight ginger tea. This is for them. You can also cook with it. A lot of people use it in glazes and like cookies. We have a cookie that we're testing at the moment. Yeah, I put it in my coffee to give it that extra kick. But it's plain ginger. And then the one that you were showing, which is the ginger, turmeric, and bush tea. Yeah,
let me tell you, her packaging is so like the product is awesome. Like my tea has gotten cold because I have the fan on, so the temperature went down quickly, and I don't like cold tea. I like my tea hot, but the cool ginger is still very refreshing. It's almost like I could put it in the fridge and put it ice cubes and drink it.
I'm actually drinking iced ginger tea right
Oh
now.
my god, it's like so like really good, right? So I'm having it's not ice cold, but I'm having cold ginger tea now, and it's tasting. But the packaging, yes, Sarah was saying, and Valerie, good job. The packaging is like so bougie. Let me tell you, that is the word. I was like, I tried to figure out a word earlier on. How would I describe her packaging? It is so absolutely bougie. It is something that I could see at like a Whole Food store, or like at Publix, or if you're in Canada at Loblaws. Like it is so bougie, and I absolutely love it. I love the packaging. It's detailed. I mean, you paid attention to every single thing. How much work went into putting your package together?
That's months of work, to tell you the truth. I wanted to work with this one designer who I knew from back in the day. I love her name's Nadja Huggins. I love her photography and her designs. So I knew right off the bat that if I was going to launch a product, I had to wait for Nadia, and she had a lot on her plate. In the meantime, I went through like things that I'm inspired by. Right, I always start my projects like that. I start with like a mood board, color palettes like I like, textures that I like. What do I want? What do I want it to say when you look at it? How do you feel? I wanted the logo to be simple. When you look at draw, like you see the steam rising from it, so you can guess that it might be tea, something like that. I'm somebody who's a little more abstract. I don't want to be like, I didn't want to put like ginger on there, that kind of thing. So, but like, how can I be creative and artistic and still like when you pick up the package, just you get that it's tea, you get that that's what's inside. So Nadia really gets me, I have to say. And I sent her the brief. I sent her a very long brief. Anybody who works with me knows that I can be pretty detailed about stuff. But she was good about it, and she came back and almost immediately. We really only made minor tweaks going forward. Like we had to bring it back to the Bureau of Standards, and we had to add like a best before date here, storing a cool place here, things like that. But like she really nailed it, and I'm really happy we took the time to develop the packaging. I was pretty stubborn about it. I was not going to go into the market without the packaging and without it being from Nadja. So
Wow, and it's beautiful. I think you did a fantastic job on the packaging. I mean, if you had to buy it simply on the packaging, so right, it taste is great. I can taste the turmeric. I can taste the ginger. I'm not sure what bushy I taste in yet, but I just trust that it's bushy. And you said I think you've labeled it on there what bushy. So it says ginger, turmeric, sugar, tabak zombie. I'll tell you Dominicans. There's black pepper and there's herbs. It's stored in a cool, dry place. I love what she says. At home in Dominica, we brew a cup of tea. We select a herb or a root of your choice and add some steaming water. In the process, we call it drawing tea, drawing the tea. So she literally had to come made a play on that for the name. Awesome, really, really good. In terms of funding, financing, what was that process like? Because I know a few young people are on there, and actually, David has a question. But right after this, I'll get your question, David. But in terms of financing for this, as a young entrepreneur, what was that like for you?
So in terms of financing, I have been pretty lucky. I took a chance with my own savings. I don't know if I would like advise somebody to do that, but like I really sacrificed. I still live at home, you know, like um, I still live at home. I don't drive a fancy car, that kind of thing. I decided to take the money that I had. That's what I started as. And then when I started to run out of money, I was able to access financing because my family could put up the collateral for me to get that access to things. So I'm really, really lucky and privileged in that space that there were people who believed in me and believed in the product and said, I'm gonna help you do it. So that's how I started. So I feel like I have a responsibility to make sure this brand does really well.
Wow, people are commenting on the package, loving the package, fancy, great job. Robbie says he loves the package. People are really commenting on that. Now, in addition to this, Nadia, I want us to go and talk a little bit about you doing the box, the subscription box. I don't even know if we want to talk about that too much because people might just start calling up your phone for that. And I don't know if you'll be able to meet the demands now because I've heard so many great things about this subscription box. Personally, I've not had the opportunity to experience it as yet. But I've had friends like Sabrina Bully or Sabrina's family. So Sabrina was like, "Gail, it's amazing. I get this, I get that, I get the other."
Sweet, love it.
Why did you come up with a subscription box? Like, what is that all about?
So the subscription box isn't just me, right? So it's actually my aunt's farm, right? And I would come down on holidays because I was always in Dominica. And again, as I told you, we would always go to the bush. And I noticed that she would have a lot of produce and a lot of different things, but not enough to like constantly supply a supermarket, right? When you're in agriculture, because so my aunt is a full-time farmer. She had that, like that's her job. And it would be too much for the house to consume, but not enough to sign a contract with somebody to deliver all the time. So it hit me. I remember when I was living in New York, I decided I would subscribe to this box where I just bought food and I paid a certain fee, and I like being surprised, I guess, in a way. So I'd be like, okay, what's in the box this week? And I was telling her, I was like, Auntie Jen, like, you can do this. Like, you have so much variety on your farm. Like, why don't you do that? It's going to go to waste anyway. And the idea is like she'd give away her food, right? Which I liked, right? But it's like, so it was like, in my head, it was like, how do you create a salary for her, a steady income where, you're not necessarily charging people for each item in the box, right? It's not like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's so cheap. It's supposed to be, right? We're taking away the choice of like saying like what you want in it. We're giving it to you. and in return you kind of just pay a subscription. You always get quality food. It depends on the yield on the farm, right? So like one time you might get $50 worth of food, another time you might get 40, that kind of thing. But you keep a farmer employed with that subscription, and you keep your house filled with food that you couldn't. If you go to the supermarket, $30 wouldn't give you half of what is in the box, right? And it enables, like, I think a lot of farmers have that problem, that they have much more that they can use, but not enough to sell to on a big scale. So I think it was just addressing that, and she took that, and it's her business, Like I was just helping it with reception and kind of pushing it, like kind of being like, no, 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 go do it. And it's really good to see it blossom. A few family members have worked in it, and we're just trying to keep up with the demand now and plant more and kind of encourage even other people to be like, this is what you can do with your food. There's a market here for that kind of thing.
So tell me, give me an idea as to what a box can entail, because at any given time, the contents of your subscription box can change in terms of. So if this week you get dashing, the next 2 weeks it's not necessary that you will get dashing. Give me an idea as to how it works.
So it's like it's whatever's in season and whatever. It's really and truly whatever is in the farm. We try to make exceptions. So we try to keep a log of, like, if you're allergic to something, we'll take it out and put something else and double up on something else. But the idea is, this is what we have, or this is what is another farmer maybe really close to us has, like maybe cucumbers that they can't sell to a huckster, and it might go to waste. So you can pay them a small fee for that, and it will be included in the box. That kind of thing. So one week you will get cucumbers and tomatoes, but next week that, like, the crop might end, and so next week it's whatever is flourishing on the farm. And also the quantities, something that I really hope people get, like the quantities will also vary. You will always get more than $30 worth of food, but sometimes you might open your box and be like, wow, this is $70. This is like mango season, for instance, mango and avocado season. You will get a lot of that because in Margaret, there's just a lot of like mango. Sometimes there's a lot of breadfruit in that no one family can consume. So, but then next week that might not be the case. It's not that they're skimping. It's just that it's not, the tree isn't producing. You know what I mean? So we're really trying to get people into the idea of you always be treated fairly, but sometimes the quantity and the variety will change.
I hear you have smoked fish too in that box.
Yes.
like
that was all my aunts. She would smoke fish, and it's like the families would be the instigators. We'd be like, put that in the box, offer it. So what the smoked fish and also helps us cover the delivery cost, right? So the farm box you order and they deliver it to your door. And we don't really charge a delivery fee for that, right? When you buy the sides, like the smoked fish and the smoked chicken, or something from we do cakes from a local bakery. So we try to kind of like include entrepreneurs. You support a business while you also help cover the delivery costs. So it's really it's a trial thing. We're really trying to see like how we can work in Dominica, how we can best adapt it to serve the needs of Dominicans.
Nadja, I'm telling you, you're amazing. You are so brilliant. Like I know I'm seeing people saying they're blown away. This is genius. All of these different things. Don't let anybody tell you you're less than it, because you are amazing. And don't let anybody make you feel like you're less than, because even like this short times that I spent with you and stuff, the ideas and we spoke recently even about my project, for my master's, and you were just like giving, and you were just so quick on it. I'm like, oh my God. I am like, okay, I'm gonna take everything you're saying because you are so brilliant. David has a question, and I feel like it's an important question. He says, I always feel a bit concerned when it comes to career change because I've done a bit of that locally. What advice would you give to a young professional trying to decide on a career change?
I think I would start off with like not being so afraid to explore. I think locally we tend to feel like we will ruin our lives if we change course, right? I don't think that's necessarily true. It's how we do it, right? Figure out like if you have bills to pay, how can I change my course and still pay my bills? What can I cut back on? Feel out the market first. Let's say you're in a career and you don't like it and you're thinking of something else. Is there a way that you can like intern or volunteer or even just take somebody out to talk, to ask them about the career, somebody in that career, the career that you're changing to, right? Um, the internet is like is like the internet is my best friend. I have to say, like I go there and you will always find somebody, whether it's on Reddit or on YouTube, who has been in your position. Multiple people. I say like get ready to listen, right? And something somebody says, talk to people. Don't isolate yourself, right? Even if you are afraid to get that, you crazy. I got a lot of that. Like you're just changing your career, blah blah blah, whatever. But I was never sure of how was I gonna tell stories and farm. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like. How do I include my love of nature and my love of storytelling? How do I make a living out of that? And a lot of people weren't that receptive to it, but I think it's still good to talk. You will talk to the right person and they'll give you an idea. But if you just keep it all to yourself, then you'll never figure it out. Like don't be afraid to make that change, make it responsibly. I think if I had to go back, I don't think all the changes I've made have always been responsible. It happened to work out. So I definitely advise people to like kind of think it through a little more sometimes. But don't be afraid to talk about it and explore.
Al, who's I know is out of state, is asking how does one subscribe to the box? I think Al is interested in the box in the subscription box. It's something you guys do locally, first of all. So
Yeah.
how if somebody is local in Dominica, how would they subscribe to the food box?
So we have a Facebook page that has all the information. I have the worst memory, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know the number offhand. But I guess I can give it to you, Jael. It's Jen's Farm Box.
So J
N apostrophe S Farm Box. And on that page, there's a number. You just call or WhatsApp and you ask for the next subscription day. They'll tell you if anybody in the comments can help me out with the number, one of my cousins. Yeah, so they'll tell you the next what may be in the box, right? Because sometimes, for instance, the breadfruit tree might have breadfruit and then it rains on the day and you can't get that. So you might get something else. So they'll give you a list of what most likely will be in the box. You decide whether you want that and you call, you give them your contact information and they give you a delivery date. It's usually 1 day, 2 days after you make your, so let's say we take orders until Tuesday and then on Thursday we deliver. So
wow.
That's
so I'm saying the coconut bread and the carrot cake. Guys, sound like all you disgusting and on that live. What happened to all you know that somebody is saying that they enjoy the coconut bread. So I guess these are add-ons that these people, in addition to the box upon delivery. So if you call on a Tuesday, will you say, oh, we're doing coconut bread or we have smoked fish? So you guys give the add-on.
So like when we put it out, we put a flyer on Facebook and like we have a group of people. Every time you subscribe to the box, you're added to a list and we send you the list for this week. So wow. The sides are really important to keep the business going because they're the only thing that are priced to like make sure that we cover gas and those kind of things. The farm box really is more of a gift from her farm to yours.
I can only imagine like this is an amazing thing that you guys are doing because people don't really have to go out to look for food. I mean, look at how hard it is sometimes to go to the market to find you have to go to this vendor because this vendor probably doesn't have this and whatever. And and at the same time you just want to get food, you just want to eat healthy, you want to a lot of the stuff that you most of the stuff that comes from your farm are healthy and organic, and you can pretty much get it delivered to you and with add-ons, so you can get your
Also, we do this. What I like about my aunt is that she likes to experiment. So she's always trying new things. Like, so she won't just plant pumpkin; she'll plant butternut squash, like something you've never heard of. So you always get these surprises in the box, right? So you get arugula or like butternut squash or something, some fruit that's not like very common that she's trying. She really loves farming, so that's another exciting thing about subscribing to the box.
Wow, wow. The comments are coming in fast and furious. If you have any questions, now is a great time. I just want to go into the comments and see what people are saying. Sandra is saying Audi is awesome. She has an extremely active brain. You also have somebody's asking a question here. I think Lenore Watt is asking, is it possible to order from overseas to be delivered in Dominica? So for example, can I pay for somebody's subscription box from overseas and get it delivered to them?
Absolutely, and I think with the new season, there will be more banking, so it will facilitate the ease of ordering. Or if you just call WhatsApp, and we really work with each customer to try to see what the best solution is.
Great. Guys, you hearing that? TV Paris is saying excited about this interview, Odie, but dumbly decided to turn off the electricity in Margaret right before we started. I'm absolutely annoyed. We'll WhatsApp you. Don't worry, you can always come back and look at it in its entirety from start to finish. And while you're watching it, whatever emotion you're feeling, you can type it in too. You know, even if nobody not there, but that's okay. You know, you can always come back and watch the entire interview, and we're not done yet. Somebody's asking, at what outlets can we find the draw tea?
So I have to ask my supporters to be a little patient to follow our social media page. We're in the process of getting our mass manufacturing up and out, and we will really have those answers very soon. For now, you can order directly from me, 2950869, or you can just go to one of our like pages and it will tell you how to order the tea. But very soon you will see us. It will be easy to access the tea. It will be definitely be on supermarket shelves. We're working that out right now.
Well, you see, I mean, it's a really great product, and I think that everybody should have some of it. Like everybody should have some of those teas in their life. It is a really, let me tell you, I am done my cup. Let me tell you, and it tasted good cold. As it got colder, it tasted good. So I'm telling you, it is a great product. I had the ginger, this one is just coming on, the ginger, turmeric, and bush tea. And there's also the ginger, the regular ginger. You could just follow them. It's at Draw Teas, right? I'm missing the S, right?
Yeah, missing the S. Draw tea.
Let me just edit that rapid. So you can follow her on social media. You can follow at Draw Teas right now, or after the show, and find out about when it's available for once it's out there and it's manufactured. One of the things I noticed in your packaging that, of course, your company's called Frying Pan Productions. I love that. Frying Pan Productions. So big up to you, Frying Pan. But you also had something that said manufactured by Jolly's Pharmacy on there. Can you tell us a little bit about why that was so important to be placed on the market, even though Jolly is not necessarily the ones that make them? Tell us a little bit about that. Because somebody might ask a question when packaging or when but she says hers and it's saying Jolly's, you know? Clarify that for us.
So what Jolly's allows me to do is mass manufacture, right? So when my aunt spoke to Debbie Blackman at the OECS CBU, and she told her about the product, and Debbie was like, we have all these programs for young entrepreneurs and looking for spaces to manufacture. At the time, I was using all of my personal capital, and I was a little stressed about, how am I going to put up a facility that's able to produce a big amount of the tea, right? In order for me to scale my business, I needed a factory. And that's where Jolly's manufacturing comes in. It's something called co-packing, right? Where they manufacture. So you can literally, well, at least in my case, I was able to negotiate something where I can rent the space and their expertise and their workers. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so where so that they can manufacture on a large scale. So it's still mine. I still created it, but in that way, I don't have to worry about running a factory. It allows me to focus on doing my business. So that was
This,
the opportunity that it afforded me,
this is
and
amazing.
I think. Mhm.
Big up to Jollies for doing that. I mean, I'm hoping that it's something that is open to other persons, especially if they're serious about their business. But in your case, you're able to go through that. And I mean, when you're starting off a small business, it costs a lot for you to have to pay staff. And if you have like some probably an assembly line going, to actually get that going, and it's good that that can be worked out into your deal.
Yep.
So you're able to manufacture your product.
Yep. It definitely comes in handy. So I mean I can't wait till we mass produce and it's on shelf.
Wow, let's go back to the chat. We have a few people commenting, and let's see. Somebody's asking, do you deliver it to Portsmouth? Is Portsmouth too far?
If that's for the farm box, it might be, but I would still say call. What we do sometimes is that we try to figure out if there's a way that we can do it. If there's a bus, if we can, that we can put that box on, or if there's a bus driver that you have a good rapport with, we'll work with that person to send the box. So as I said, we're always trying new things. It's a pretty niche business, so and it's very customer focused. So we're willing to have that conversation.
Somebody's asking, who did you talk to at the OECS? She said something about the OECS. So Shakira is asking, I think, what it relates to.
I spoke to Miss Deborah Blackman. That's the first person I spoke to. Right now, also Kareem Geese. Kareem has been an amazing support. Um, any of those two people, they really have helped me push the product, figure out the little kinks in the system, the little knots. Yeah, so Miss Deborah Blackman.
All right, we're getting some more. Somebody's asking, how much is the pack of this?
So that pack is 35 East.
35, and it has 19. So if you had to divide that,
And I was being conservative with the servings. It's pretty strong. I think it's
yeah,
about your taste.
like,
So
like
I think
I use a tablespoon and a half in a full cup of water. So I use a tablespoon and a half in this, and this is my spoon, and it was perfect. The consistency was perfect. It wasn't. It was a little strong, but not too strong that I couldn't handle it. And I like strong. I like my ginger tea to go up in my nose and start to tickle. Like I like all of that. I like all that vibes. So that is so. And this has 19 servings in there when you purchase it. That's 19 servings, as in a cup of tea. Yeah. Let's go back to the chat. Someone's asking if you ship internationally. Someone wants to know.
yes. So we are also currently talking to a few couriers to wait in to work out the cost of shipping can be expensive. So what I'm trying to do is see how I can get it to the customers at a reasonable price. So that's what we're currently doing. So we'll be announcing all of that on our social media pages as soon as we finalize it. We're trying to put up an e-commerce site to make it. We believe in technology. I'm trying to make it really easy for you to come on and just click and get your stuff done, or call us and we see how we can ship bulk orders, that kind of thing. So we're really in our beginning stages and we're setting up right now. But all of these things are things that we've thought about, the Dominican people abroad, not just at home.
My God. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying because when I was away, I wished I had like more food from home easily accessible. So
Jalen is asking, were there any major challenges that you faced with the production aspect of the tea?
Yes. So you can create a recipe, but scaling that recipe is a completely different ball game. It's like we as we try. So right now we're trying to figure out how far we could push the recipe. Well, when we were trying to figure out how far we could push the recipe, sometimes it failed. It didn't come together the way it was supposed to, whether it was in taste or consistency. And nothing is more stressful than that, right? Because like you just used a bunch of product that you can't sell. Um, but again, that's where the OECSTB really came on board. They quickly linked me up with food scientists. I was on the phone with somebody in Jamaica right away to say like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. That kind of support. So yeah, that I think so far has been the biggest challenge. The second challenge is the farm, trying to farm the ginger in time, trying to make sure I have enough ginger for when I want to produce. Also, I need farm hands to do that. Getting labor sometimes is not always very consistent. So I think those two things were some of the biggest challenges that I've had.
Wow. Somebody may laugh. They say my cup is two of theirs. Al wants my cup.
Yeah.
Al, this was actually gifted to me. So the Cacoa tea mugs on the website, they don't look exactly like this. It's the same logo, but it doesn't look like this. This is a 16-ounce cup because I'm a big drinker. I like a full cup of tea. So yes, so it is a bigger size than the regular cup size. So if your cup is a smaller teacup, or you will have a lot of servings out of the package if that's what you're asking. Um, somebody says, somebody's commenting here saying, Sandra Green is saying, definitely draw is the best. I've had the pleasure of purchasing a bag and I can't wait to get my next bag. So we have some support coming out here. Karim, I think I saw something. Karim came on. Karim said, congratulations to Nadja. She'll be saying congratulations to you. Great product, I must say. I mean, I've looked at your packaging. Jalen has another question. Jalen is one of my top fans. So whenever Jalen asks a question, he's very engaged in every single conversation. So he's there from the time it hit the bell, it's 6 o'clock, he on. So we want to make sure we get all Jalen's questions because very attentive young man and always looking for new ideas and stuff. He says, if there was any advice that your present self could have given your past self on this journey, what would it have been? I tell you, Jalen just always come with those
Soul searching questions. I
yeah.
love it. I think I would say don't be afraid to fail, because like I think I used to take failure as like something really personal, like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Somebody, if I was smarter, it wouldn't have happened. And like I would really internalize it. But now I'm realizing that like fail is like sometimes a failure will point out a flaw or a weakness that I didn't even know existed. Especially in the first time our recipe failed in mass production, I was shocked. Um, and then like I was like, what's wrong? Like why isn't this working? And then in trying to figure out, talking to the food scientists and trying to figure out what went wrong, I also realized that there are a lot of things I should implement in my process that I wasn't, right? I would have never found that out if that big expensive batch of material didn't fail. And I think to me, it's like dust yourself off. Nobody likes to fail, but like figure it out. Doing camera work, right? Like I like to say, with even with all my experience, I learned so much from other people who've grown, have taken different paths, right? Like, and sometimes I'll feel like, oh my God, I've been working for so long, or I should have known that, right? But sometimes you fail and you can learn something from somebody else, and that's okay. And it's not a reflection of you or of.
I hope this answers your question, Jalen. What is next for you, Naja?
What is next to me? Hopefully getting drawn to the markets, onto the international market. But I'm really trying to wrap up some projects, some film projects that I'm trying to get full funding for so that I can release them. So in the next year, I'm really focused on wrapping up a few things that I've been working on for a few years that I really want people to see. Sometimes working in film can be like so insular, and it's like, no, no, really, I am working on this. I have it coming up.
Later.
So I'm ready to like push them out the door. So that will be one of my biggest focus coming up.
Annika is saying here, I have had your tea at the Nook and it's a great product. Then after speaking to you earlier this year about your product, I could tell the entrepreneurial passion was there as well. Wishing you continued growth and success. So
Thank you, Anika. And I'm really, she's also a fellow entrepreneur. I think the watering can is an amazing business.
I
I love plants. She had this like magnetic plant thing that was like levitating, and I still want that.
yes, big up to you, Annika. Annika is also a Chevlin scholar. She just got
Nice.
yes, she just was got that award. Well, it's a scholarship to the UK. So congratulations to you, Annika, and thanks for stopping on Cacoa Tea. Any final words? I feel like I don't want you to go, and I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of people on the live are saying I don't want to have to go too. Yes, this faculty session, somebody saying this faculty session was quite informative. It amazes me when I see young people doing such positive and innovative work. Continue to do an amazing job. Hoping someday I will get to purchase your product. That is Marsha out of, that's Marsha Certified Survivor Remy and hashtag you rock. So thank you very much. What? Norris is saying, am I late? Who this? Norris, bye.
Thank you, Masha. Yeah, thank you. Any last words? I want to really point out how much Dominicans have supported me. This support has been real in all aspects. Like people have been ordering the tea. People always check up on when we have supply. Like it's the support has been constant, and I just want to really thank the people who've helped me get where I am. It's not always easy supporting an entrepreneur, and people don't have to. So I really want I'm grateful. I really am.
Yes, and I'm so grateful to have you here on the show. Thank you very much. I know you're not a person that likes to be in front of the camera. You prefer to work.
I hate it.
It took a lot of convincing.
Thank you to people like Sheldon and Norris and Nixon. It's when I came back to Dominica after my job fell through, I really had no big plan except for this one other project, and they have really embraced me, and I don't take that lightly. So Dominicans, I think, are amazing people, and we need to pat ourselves on the back for that.
Yes, yes. And I'm so grateful that I got to meet you. I got to meet you through Nixon. And you're an amazing individual. People are commenting how awesome you are. And you are probably another multi hyphenate like myself. We have all our hands in everything. And you are awesome. I still it for my proposal. Just putting that out there, just making it public. Look at our face, but coming soon. I am excited to continue to work with you. I look forward to working with you. I've done some work with Norris and with, I think the only person I have, actually I've done work with Sheldon before, yes. So you guys are an amazing crew and you get along so well. I love the vibe, I love the energy and everything. I love what you do as a filmmaker, as a journalist. I love the way you analyze things and you're always ready to give another side of but what if, and I love that because it lets you see all different sides of the possibilities or the angles of where a doc or a mini doc can go. And I cannot wait to work with you on my mini doc. Looking forward to it. And guys, I know you guys are going to be asking lots of questions, and you're probably going to want to know. You can always go back in today's show. If you missed the beginning of the show, you can always go all the way to the back up front. You can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on Facebook. It's always there. One of the things I want to encourage you guys to do is make sure you go and follow both of us, because you get a chance to win one of those. So the information is let me put it up for you just in case you missed it. I'll put it up again for you so you can follow, and the person with the most likes will win a draw, compliments draw by Nadja Odi Thomas. And I'm so happy to have you on. I look forward to seeing your stuff on Amazon. Like one of these days, we're gonna be on Amazon real quick. Hey, draw. Let me tell you, it's Amazon ready, eh? It's Amazon ready. Like it's away, right? It's cook, right? And I'm so excited to know you and to work with you. What jail for Madam Speaker? Right, so leave me alone. Go. And I can only hope for amazing things. If you are interested in the box, the subscription box, you can follow Jen's Farm. So you can go ahead and just click on there on Facebook, and all of the information is there for you. You can also follow Digicel for the promotion as it relates to the mini speaker. You get a chance to win. And thank you guys. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Nadja, for showing up.
Thank you for having me. I was pretty nervous, but thank you for making me so comfortable and in front of the camera.
I tell you, you're not to worry about it. It's me talking to. Just don't worry about it. This is the most comfortable conversation anybody can interview, anybody can have.
Comfortable.
No, nothing to be intimidated. And I'm happy that you decided to. I know you wanted to reluctant at first, but I'm happy that you decided to do it, and I'm grateful to you, and I enjoy hearing your story, and I hope that the rest of the folks on today enjoyed your story too. And thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye, Nadja. That's it, guys, with Nadja Odi Thomas right here on Cacoa. Oh my God, I had so much fun. Did you guys have fun? Did you guys have fun? Another yes, Jalen. Oh, Jalen, Jalen used to be my AP. I'm going to hire you as my associate producer. Jalen is there, and he don't come to play. Thank you very much, Jalen, and all of you who tuned in and you shared. Definitely, I'm so grateful to all of you. I also want to say, people have been asking me, how my hair looking so healthy. My hair always looking healthy, but Shea Moisture, it's available at Fresh Market. You can check it out. I don't know if you missed the start of of the show. We're talking about my own Shea Moisture. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook so you can get updates on the videos, and when they launch, there'll be a new video ever so often. So you need to just ensure that you follow me. Turn on the notifications, especially on Facebook. People always say, Jael, but how comes I didn't know you were on live? And making big map with me, like as if it's me that tell them. Turn on your notifications on Facebook. Do not be an old lady. Turn on your notifications on Facebook. Angela, for you, I say that. Turn on your notifications on Facebook so you can know exactly when the shows are on. Another thing that you could also do is I normally send save the date that drops on my Facebook. You can actually click set a reminder, and it will remind you when the show is live. Don't do magic with yourself. Just make sure you up to the time and just click on the set a reminder once I post one more show for season 4. Next week, we have another amazing guest. I told you I'll be bringing young people who are doing amazing things, especially in agriculture and farming and them kind of things. You're going to be surprised who the next guest is going to be. But in order for you to know, you gotta follow every single one. Thank you very much. Al, we know your notifications on. Al is my diehard supporter. Thank you very much, Al, for all your support, all of your love. Al checks up on me. Al messages me. Al shows his support. Al supports my show. He supports everything. He's ordered his mug. And yes, I am so grateful. Remember, guys, we have sweatshirts, so you can order your sweatshirts if you're in America, or if you're in Canada, you go places and you need to get your sweatshirts. Make sure you go ahead and order your Cacoa tea sweatshirts and stay nice and warm. All right, guys, thank you very much for all the love. Digicel, Elias, the rest of the gang, thank you very much. Lucky person again will win their mini speaker today. I hope you tag 10 friends because one of you will be a winner and we'll be announcing the winner next week on the show. Until next time, bye guys. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, Lisa, Sandra. Oh, Matarina, a long time no see. What's up, my darling? Matarina is another fan. One of these days we're gonna meet. We're gonna meet Jalen, my doo-doo, Lisa Thomas, Royston. Thank you guys. Beverly Blackman, Sadiq. Thank you very much for tuning in. Aurel, my sister, and every single person. I don't want to start calling out names, but thank you very much for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. Until next time, ensure that you're good to yourself always. Make sure you're good to yourself always. I'll see you next week, same time, same place on Cacoa. Bye for now, guys. Bye-bye.